it's definitely one to remember as we look at, briefly look at run at the moment. There's plenty of power on those cars. It's the 99. Very cautiously. I imagine that's going to upset quite a few people actually. That's Josh Files in the TR6 that is still leading the way. Now a few people are going to be a little bit cautious coming through that cement dust, as the last place you want it is coming through Coram into Murray's. Over the line then, Files leads Hodges. Then ahead of Halsey. So Dean Halsey's had a very good start. He's up 2 positions from his starting position. There's Jamie Keevil, who we're used to seeing up front. He's having an argument with one of the Mustangs. Jamie Keevil down into 7th position. I would think that Lotus Land, having seen it in action in the past, he's really struggling. And there goes that Mustang. That's having a go at him now.
107 is in the pits.
Well, that would be why he was going a bit cautiously.
Yeah.
So that's a shame, and it's already signalling right. I'm assuming he's trying to indicate he's coming into the garage. Well, no, he's put it in front of the pit stall.
They don't have any in the garages this weekend, so he'll just
park it up,
figure out whatever they need. Now they did have. I spoke to them after the race earlier, and I'd like to boast that I very correctly imagined that they had issues with the gears, getting it down into 2nd gear, so it was snatching the rear axle, just over rotating the car. They couldn't get it stopped. Maybe having similar issues now. They had problems with the brakes as well, and as you all know, getting the car stopped is just as important as getting it to go. So unfortunately, the 107's day has ended short.
Sadly so. There is Malcolm Johnson again getting the spotlight from the cameras. Now, is that Jamie Keevil behind him? Wow, if it is, he's suddenly got back going again in his Elan. It is, that's number 9, that's Jamie Keevil. So now on the back of Johnson, so he's dispatched of Wade Langridge. That was the Mustang we saw hustling in the latest in the lap. In their TRCs, along with the 13 car, John Wolf, David Thompson in there, Triumph.
Files across the line once again then, completes lap 2 with a 2:15.9. Hodges in 2nd place, car 43, does a 2:18.2. So Files absolutely flying then, if that back is 2:40 there. Or Powell, 3rd place, car 57, Craig 4th, then it is 1:49. Johnson at the wheel of that great Lotus Europa. 5th position. So many smoke screens down the straight. All we need now is an Aston Martin DB5 and it'll be like 007.
The way Langridge's Mustang came out of the dust tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be. and there it was, roaring its way along the straight towards the hairpin. There it is. Probably somewhat peppered now by the cement dust, but at least the cement dust has served its purpose. And on goes the Mustang along its merry way. Jamie Keevil still doing what he can to close in on Malcolm Johnson. There's Dean Halsey. So he was certainly aiming for class win. He's doing a good job of it at the moment in the 240 car. So he's aiming for the top spot. If not today, then certainly in the near future. He's been getting tuition. Oh no, there is the 167. That is definitely before pit lane is open. So that's the John Anderson Mark Parsley car. Mark Parsley started in that, so there's trouble ahead, sadly, for the yellow TR6.
Yeah, that's a real shame. And again, just a bit of the attrition creeping in that we've seen this weekend. You know, a lot of these older cars not able to deal with this course. That's so well maintained. I cannot really drill that home enough. How well maintained. the actual period, but still, this track for TR6 at the moment, Josh Miles, car 99, the gap back to Hodges now, 6.1 seconds, Chris, he is moving.
Guys, he just needs 2 seconds quicker than anyone else out there, at least. Absolutely flying in that TR6 as we're looking at the battle between number 60, that's Bill Watt, all way too deep into Murray's. He didn't get that one slow down at all. He's kept his foot in it. Good boy. Get that one back on track. But that's let through the new addition for Wolf and Thompson. I keep thinking there's smoke coming from something, of course, because of all the cement dust they're kicking up. There's number 53, the point many a meeting in this category. Still rather on his own goal, comparatively speaking, out there at the moment.
So Stephen Atkins as well, the MGC, just going across the line, completing his third lap of the race. 11th position for him at the moment. Not the biggest field we've had today, of course, this one, but even still very competitive near the sharp end. There's a hell of a lot of fast cars that if you're making a mistake in front of them, they will be there to pick up the pieces tenfold.
Wonderful Mustang from Wayne Langridge. It's coming through Agostini towards Hamilton. Of course, this will be where the Mustang is a bit disadvantaged compared to the likes of Jamie Keevill's car. Not able to get those horses galloping. Give it a few corners, and then that's where, of course, the Mustang will shine. Wonderful ground noise. Enjoyed the V8s we've had up to now. Those Mustangs will certainly suit. There is the 99 car. He was 6 seconds ahead of Steve Hodges in that Lotus 7. He's got a great part of a great fight. And that's a win actually went to Malcolm Johnson in the Lotus Europa, and because of it, he still won the certificate. So the penalty that Lotus took in the win. Very savage at his most, as you all know. There goes Hodges through again in second place. How long back now to Halsey? Quite the gap indeed. Halsey actually, I was going to say he's coming under pressure for a second there, but I think that landed not That's Crayston, yes it is.
Yes it is. Apologies, there was another off-white land near the back of the field I do not recall seeing go through, so I thought he was putting a lap on him already. I think that was a 331 of Brian Cohen, or Cohen I should say, but no, that is for position indeed. Crayston, 4th place at the moment. It's the big beefy Datsun 240Z against the tiny little nimble Elan. They're right little understated cars, aren't they, these Lotuses?
Absolutely, but yet again we see the David Goliath story, the big engine having the rule of the wrist on the straight, the little guy making the best of the twisted circuits. Steve Hodges has 7 and back down the road. Now that's the gap, second to third. Steve Halsey has lost the position to Jonathan Crayston, so that is now third in the hands, and look how heavily the Crayston's having to defend coming into Agostini.
Good job it didn't hit that
67 Lotus Elan really committed early to prevent the Datsun to flying up the inside line, and that Datsun is mighty quick. And as I said earlier, because Dean Halsey has been getting driver coaching, he's getting quicker and quicker and quicker in it. It's amazing to see the progress, but Jonathan Crayston is very taking off with this car. Josh Wiles rearranged his surname, and he is flying at the moment. Yeah, as my name is the bad Sunday.
You're absolutely right there. He is reveling in the moment. 9.1 seconds to the good. His best lap was a 2:15.1, his last lap was a 2:15.2, so he is still on almost ultimate pace for this race. Lap after lap. The cars will see this weekend. The least amount of body lap. Look at it. What's so fast, so stable and quick there. As he streaks his way along. Another lap of 5 in the books now. We have less than half an hour to go, 28.5 minutes.
49. That's
wow. That's wild.
Beyond words. That is unreal pace.
There's only 2 cars that have done quicker than a 2 minutes 20. and that is Hodges with a 2:17.4 and Clyles with a 2:14.9. So it really does show that he has, as you called it, Chris, very right from the rules. Fantastic to watch, a real dominant display so far.
That is true. There he is, Agostini, unchallenged at the moment. But again, we've seen how many times over the weekend someone having a good old run and suddenly they're racing backwards. That's the corner. Anything can go wrong. Yes, we do. That is Wolf and Thompson, I think, in the 13 car.
Yes, it is.
Yes, so
Pit window is open, so they're okay for that.
yes, they designed it a bit early. Their new acquisition, that's the Triumph GT6. That's ER6 I've heard of, that's the first time I've heard of it.
Yeah.
It's quite a big round. It's making me think of an MG at the front.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. It really does look like that.
So Bonnet's come open, that's never a good sign. Houseman at the 13 Pitman.
Not. Get it out, even if there is a problem, we'll have to see. That's a warm up here in the commentary box, that is for sure. This weekend, Bonnet is back down on the 13th, Norris closing. Away go, is he going into the paddock? It looks like he is, unfortunately, straight to the time.
As we see the race leader on the back of Brian Curran. Doing the right thing, staying out of the way. Very short. There's yet another fastest altitude, 14.7. That's going to continue to plummet. And get between yourself and Steve Hodges. Last lap for Hodges. So we talk, you want to talk about consistency. Just 13,000 between that and the best. So he's pushing, he's ranking everything he can out of that motor 7. The battle for third is still shaping quite nicely. Oh, is this a problem for Jamie Keevil? Has Snetterton bitten him again? That's very slow. I know sometimes the camera angle is not as much surprise, but that is very slow for Jamie Keevil. Is he pulling that one onto the grass? That one back round to the pits. Oh, what a shame. He's usually such a strong contender in that Lotus, but it has denied him a performance today. Oh, it's a great shame for Jamie Keevil.
Yeah, I was going to say out the corner originally, it just looked like he got a bad run, didn't it? But the further and further it went round, it just didn't look comfortable at all. And yeah, like you say, now into the pits. That battle for third place, though, is a real corker at the moment. Crayston just trying to hold off Halsey in the 240Z. The absolute stars of the paddock this weekend, in my eyes. Two of them, again, maybe playing with like a broken record every month, but honestly, it is so true. You've got a tiny little lap, and then the 3 feet answer. You get these cars with loads of power, and then you get the ones that are nimble at the corner.
Now Steve Hodges brought the Lotus in. Number 43 is getting that one to the pits, we think. There's number 9. Medium, you came back to the pits. Not there, 43, beg your pardon. So that's the white. Going on it very well. Right, Kevin. Yeah, I thought I heard that.
He's not going back out by the look of it. Back into the paddock and into retirement for car number 9.
He was in a hurry to get back to the transporter.
Yeah, indeed.
Big one, number 49, Stephen Atkinson of the MTC, that's the seat that they got 43 months today. Still parked there as well. 57 is Crayston. Still planning off the advantage of the